All right, welcome everyone to podcast episode number 1077 of the Crypto News Alerts Pod. I'm your host, JV, with another jam-packed action live stream of what's going on in the crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin trading at 19,500. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. I want to give everyone an opportunity to come out here. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and I'd love to see who we have in the house here today. Beautiful day here in Puerto Rico. So yeah, let's check some of this live chat. Telengard, always an honor, always a pleasure. He says, what's kicking? There's a lot right now in the market. It's good to see crypto pumping just a little bit. I'm going to be covering a lot today. We're going to be sharing some bullish price predictions as well as some realistic bottom scenarios of a potential $12,000 Bitcoin price bottom. What's good, Nico? What's crack-a-lackin', my man? Dragon Flower, always a pleasure. Johnny Midas, good morning. I know you're tuning in from good old California. J-Dub the Laker in the house. Sailing with Twins from South Africa, says one love from sunny South Africa. Pump fam, let's go. Welcome Tom T. Welcome Eric Castro. He says, hell yeah, good morning fam. How much do you bench, bruh? Yeah, I can't reveal my secrets to the ladies. You know what I mean. I could bench a lot. I do a lot of push-ups. When I do crank out push-ups at home, I typically do 500 push-ups. I try to go to the gym every day. If I don't go to the gym, my minimal, I must accomplish 500 push-ups. And I've been this way for a long time. So when it comes to working out, fitness, and health, that's my top priority next to cryptocurrency, because there's no wealth without health. And I truly believe that. Where's the background music? I had to not include the background music because they demonetized my channel, even though it's copyright-free music. Yeah, believe it or not. So there's a reason I'm not specifically using intro music for today's show. Yeah, man, it's all about being fit, sound mind, sound body. You got it. You nailed it. Dragonflower, when they ask your bench, just say about 350. Yeah, maybe 450, 550. Just saying. Something like that, ballpark. Unique Mechanics, 500 a day. Where are you hiding the muscle? I am ripped. I don't look it, but yeah. I do have what you would consider an 8-pack, and I am totally shredded, and I've been this way for a while. Just FYI. Cool, man. All right, so let's see where we're at here. I know it's almost time to start this show. I'll give everyone a few more seconds to come in. Let me know who you are. Be sure to drop a comment, smash like, share this on Crypto Twitter. I mean, sharing is caring, so show some love. I greatly appreciate that if you're appreciating these live shows. And with that being shared, welcome, everybody, to today's episode of Crypto News Alerts, podcast episode number 1077 of the Crypto News Alerts Pod. In today's show, Bitcoin price edges closer to 20,000 as way worse U.S. data boosts stocks. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And check this out, just in, more than 66% of the total Bitcoin supply has not moved now in over a year, making yet another all-time high. And as I shared yesterday, quoting Kanye West, he says, I put $140 million into JP Morgan and they treated me like ish. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how are they treating the rest of y'all? And he has a great question right there. And check this out, the most asymmetric trade in history, with the Bitcoin market cap currently sitting at $373 billion and the global wealth sitting at $510 trillion. If the King Crypto, BTC, captures just 5% of the global wealth, the price of one Bitcoin will be $1.33 million per coin. Send it. Also in today's show, Mastercard taps Paxos to launch crypto trading for banks. That's right, Mastercard will deploy its technology to integrate crypto trading into bank interfaces, while Paxos is set to provide its trading and custody services. Also in today's show, I'm going to be sharing 3 signs suggesting the XRP price boom can continue in Q4 of 2022. That's including a mix of on-chain, fundamental, and technical indicator hints at a big XRP price rally in the works. Also in today's show, after accurately forecasting the 2022 collapse, billionaire Shamath P says smart money is buying as psychological turning point arrives. That's right, about a year after accurately predicting the start of a major crash in global markets, billionaire Shamath P and Bitcoin OG himself says another turning point appears to be underway. Also in today's show, DeVere Group CEO unveils a end-of-the-year prediction for the crypto markets and says opportunity awaits bullish investors, quoting him here, Bitcoin remains the best performing asset class in the world and has consistently ranked amongst the best for both traditional and crypto investment sectors over the last few years. Also in today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you a Bitcoin price prediction bottom of $12,000 if this 2018 Bitcoin chart fractal is correct. And we'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. With that being shared, I want to welcome everyone to today's episode, just joining us of Crypto News Alerts podcast episode number 1077. I'm your host, JV, and today's episode is brought to you by Blockfi, the #1 leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors, and they now have this new product called their Blockfi Private Client, which is a personalized approach to crypto wealth management. You can recognize the full potential of your crypto investments, including negotiating custom crypto interest rates, and you could also borrow money at competitive loan rates using crypto as collateral. You can negotiate personalized loan to value and APR when borrowing $100,000 plus. There is no prepayment penalty. They also have a pretty amazing trading platform, which I personally love and am a fan of. And they also are offering dedicated white glove service, robust risk management, and transparency you can trust, truly making this a no-brainer. So if you don't already have a Blockfi private client account, go ahead and set up yours today. And with that being shared, welcome once again, everyone just tuning in. We're going to kick off today's show now that we've gone through crypto Twitter and what is trending. Let's dive right into the market watch here and see what's happening. The overall crypto market, as you can see, is currently pumping back in the green, which is a great sign. We got Bitcoin up 2% for the day, maintaining just above 19,500. We have Ether up 3%, finally back above $1,300. We got Matic/Polygon breaking out, one of the top gainers of the day, and the top cryptos up about 5%, trading just under 84 cents, while BNB, Solana, Polkadot, and Cardano all breaking out in the green, while XRP is finally pulling back just a little bit, currently trading at 47.5 cents. And let's refresh to get the latest data for the crypto market cap. According to coinmarketcap.com, the total crypto market cap currently sitting at $933 billion, with about $52 billion in volume. In the past 24 hours, the Bitcoin dominance back on the rise at 40.1%, with the Ether dominance at 17.3%. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers in the past 24 hours, we have the friendly ghost Casper leading the pack again, up about 17%, trading at 5 cents, followed by Quant up a whopping almost 40% in the past week and 15% again on the day, trading at $211, followed by Hobby Token up 11%, trading at $7.89. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the past week, we have Helium leading the pack up almost 50%, Quant up over 40%, Casper up 42%, and Maker up about 17%. But as you can see, most of the major cryptos for the past week have been correcting and are still currently in the red. And checking out one of my favorite indicators, it's the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, shows we're currently rated a 20 in extreme fear. We have been stuck in extreme fear and fear virtually this entire year of 2022, which has been crazy to say the least. But what do you expect during a crypto winter, right? And yesterday was a 24, last week a 22, and last month also a 22 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. And that obviously could be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And with that being shared, now you can see what is going on in the market. How many of you are currently bullish versus bearish on the King crypto and overall crypto market right now? Let me know in the comments right down below. And with that being shared, welcome everybody just tuning into this live podcast. The greatest thing you can do is smash the subscribe button, turn on all notifications, make sure you're already subscribed to the channel, of course, if you're not, and drop a comment below as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. With that being shared, let's dive right into some Bitcoin technical analysis and see what's going on in the markets. Bitcoin heading towards 20,000 as U.S. equities gained at the October 17th Wall Street Open. As you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart, currently looking bullish. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin reaching 19,700 almost on Bitstamp, up 3.5% versus the week's lows, or I should say the weekend's lows. Bitcoin rose in line with stocks, with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ Composite Index gaining 2.7% and 3.2% respectively within 30 minutes of trading. Now, Now, the action combined with the weak U.S. economic data in the form of the Empire State Manufacturing Index, which fell to negative 9.1 for October, heavily below the forecast of negative 4.3 and September's negative 1.5 reading. Now, manufacturing activity declined in New York State, according to the October survey, with the New York Fed summarizing and commentary on the data, quoting them here. The General Business Conditions Index fell 8 points to negative 9.1. 23% of respondents reported that conditions had improved over the month, and 32% reported that conditions had worsened. And Mikhail Van de Poppe, founder and CEO of trading firm 8, called the results way worse than expected. Quoting him here, top on yields and DXY, which is the US dollar index, on the horizon, Bitcoin to rally, he predicted. And with that, the DXY continued retracing recent gains on the day, targeting 112 and down 0.65%. And quoting Bloomberg intelligence strategist Mike Malone, risk asset deflation in 2022 and Fed tightening despite the world leaning towards recession portend an elusive endgame. And quoting him again here, the lower price cure may be necessary in commodities to curtail Fed restraint and plunging money supply. Cooling crude oil may be refuel Bitcoin and gold. So there you have it. Now, research enforces impending volatility. While traders were already predicting some relief to hit the crypto markets on the weekly timeframes, other perspectives reiterated the fact that the long term, nothing has changed for Bitcoin for many months. It has been very boring on-chain sideways action, to say the least. Quoting the week on chain from Glassnode, it is very uncommon for the Bitcoin markets to reach periods of such low realized volatility, with almost all prior instances preceding a highly volatile move. And alongside a chart of Bitcoin's realized volatility, researchers, including lead analyst Checkmate, argued that the market had reached a pivotal point. Quoting the analyst here, historical examples with 1 week rolling volatility below the current value of 28% and a bear market have preceded significant price moves in both directions. They continued, as you can see here in this 1 week realized volatility chart brought to you by Glassnode. And concluding, they acknowledged that despite the fuel for potential price breakout being there, for example, in Bitcoin denominated futures, open interest hitting new all-time highs, there was little discernible direction bias in the future markets. Volatility is likely on the horizon, and Bitcoin prices are not known to sit still for that long, the newsletter stated. So expect some sort of breakout here coming soon as things are coiling up. Expect something to happen, I would say. And check this out right here. More than 66% of the total Bitcoin supply has not moved in over a year, marking yet another all-time high. Congratulations to all my hodlers out there. And as I pointed out in the intro of the show, quoting Kanye West, I put $140 million into JP Morgan. They treated me like ish. And if JP Morgan is treating me like that, how are they treating the rest of y'all? I think Kanye makes a great point, and I feel this is so powerful to have an influencer like him. I just watched his 4-hour interview on Drink Champs last night. If you haven't watched it, be sure to check it out, because he's speaking, having shots, smoking blunts, and just speaking truthful, which I respect at the end of the day. And it's crazy some of the things that Kanye is revealing. So now is the time for the people to rise and stand up and stand behind Bitcoin, to say the least, because I think if a lot of influencers with the power of Kanye can do that, with that social influence that he has in the music industry, in fashion, and just as an influencer in general, that domino effect can start to occur, which is great for Bitcoin adoption. And now check this out, the most asymmetric trade in history, with the Bitcoin market cap sitting at 373 billion. Global wealth is at 510 trillion. Holy moly. And if it captures just 5% of global wealth, the price of one Bitcoin will be $1.33 million. And someone asked him, where'd you get that number of 510 trillion for the global wealth? The McKinsey report. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree that one day the Bitcoin could truly and realistically capture just 5% of the total global wealth and realistically hit a $1.33 million Bitcoin price. Send it. And with that being shared, I want to welcome once again everyone just tuning in to the show. Grab a sip of water here. As you can see with the Bitcoin price feed on the screen, we're currently trading and maintaining just above 19,500, looking to retest that critical psychological resistance at $20,000. And if you're tuned in on iTunes or Spotify, as we have a big podcasting audience, over 400,000 people download this show every month, don't forget to check us out on YouTube, as first and foremost, this is a video show. You can visit us at cryptonewsalerts.net, and vice versa. If you're only tuned in on YouTube, which is great, be sure to check out the podcast sometimes on iTunes or Spotify. by username Crypto News Alerts, and my Twitter username is Crypto News Yes, because Crypto News Alerts was already taken, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And with that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss this major partnership with Mastercard for the crypto industry. Shall we? Partnering with Paxos, Mastercard officially announced on October 17th a new program to enable financial institutions to bring crypto trading capabilities and services to their customers called Crypto Source. The program is designed to allow users to buy, hodl, and sell crypto, complemented by Mastercard's proprietary crypto secure solution for additional security and compliance. The tool is launched in cooperation with Mastercard's existing partner Paxos Trust Company and is reportedly expected to launch in Q4 of 2022. And guess what? We're in Q4, so this could be anytime soon. Paxos is known for providing similar services to global payments giant PayPal, which launched its first crypto services in late 2020. I want to give the opposite of a shout out to PayPal and remind people to stop using them, as they recently threatened to basically penalize you and steal $2,500 out of your account for having a conflicting opinion for spreading some sort of fake news. And then they backtracked on that, but we all know they're partnered with the banking giants, and don't trust them at the end of the day. Only trust in mathematics. That's why we Bitcoin, right? Within the new partnership, Paxos will provide crypto asset trading and custody services on behalf of the banks, while Mastercard will deploy its technology to integrate crypto trading into the bank's interfaces. Now, the president of Mastercard Cyber and Intelligence Unit pointed out the company's growing crypto expertise and commitment to the market. He mentioned Mastercard's recent crypto-related investments, including acquisitions of the crypto intelligence service CipherTrace back in September and the digital identity platform Ikata in April of last year. And announcing the news, Mastercard referred to the 2022 Mastercard New Payments Index, reporting that 29% of respondents globally hold crypto as an investment. Now, another 65% of respondents reportedly indicated a preference of crypto services to be provided by their current trusted financial institution. Quoting him here, "What we are announcing today is a connected approach to services that will help bring users safely and securely into the crypto ecosystem." Now, Paxos head of strategy, Walter Hesser, also highlighted the scale of Mastercard's global network of financial institutions. According to the executive, the new tool will provide banks and creditors with the most trusted way to offer safe, reliable crypto assets. Now, Mastercard's latest crypto initiative comes amid the total crypto market cap falling about 60% since the beginning of this year. According to Jorn Lambert, Mastercard's chief digital officer, it would be short-sighted to think that a little bit of crypto winter heralds the end of it. Quoting him here, "As regulation comes in, there's going to be a higher degree of security available to the crypto platforms. We'll see a lot of the current issues getting resolved in the quarters and the years to come." I agree 100%. Mastercard has been actively working on various crypto and blockchain-related initiatives in the recent years, as I've been covering ongoing here in the show. In January of this year, Mastercard announced a collaboration with the Coinbase exchange to allow Coinbase NFT users to make purchases using Mastercard cards. In October of 2021, Mastercard partnered with digital asset firm Backed to allow the US-based customers to buy, sell, and hold digital assets through custodial wallets. And global payment giant Mastercard continues its efforts to promote crypto adoption by developing a new tool allowing banks to trade cryptocurrencies like BTC. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding this major news coming off the back of Mastercard as these traditional railways continue to adopt into the crypto sector? Let me know your honest thoughts below. And Bitcoin game theory is obviously in full effect, because if they don't adapt, they will get left behind, because they got to provide their customers with what they want or they will become extinct. It's just the rule of the game. It's player versus player out here, and things are getting real. If you're just tuning in, welcome once again. Don't forget to smash that like and drop a comment right down below. With that being shared, let's break down our next story of the day and share with you 3 reasons why XRP is expected to continue to boom. And let's dive right in. The number one reason is the XRP Price Bull pennant. Bull pennants are bullish continuation patterns that form as the price consolidates in a triangle-like range after a strong upside move. In other words, they resolve after the price breaks out in the direction of the previous uptrend. And looking at the XRP daily chart, which you can see here on your screen, XRP has been trading inside a similar technical structure since late September. And while at it, the token has also attempted to break above the pennant twice, albeit to no success. It now eyes another breakout in the coming days. Now, theoretically, a bull pennant breakout increases the price by as much as the size of the previous uptrend. Therefore, XRP Bull's pennant breakout can push the price towards 63 cents in Q4 of 2022. That would mean a 35% price rally. Now, how many of you are currently bullish on the XRP price action? Let me know in the comments below. And also curious, how many of you actually hodl XRP? Now, the second reason you can expect an XRP price pump is strong accumulation detected. The XRP bullish technical setup receives further cues from on-chain data showing accumulation is underway. Notably, XRP's mean coin age, which is the average age of all the tokens on the blockchain measured by the purchase price, has been rising since September, according to data from Santiment. And shout out to Santiment Analytics. I was recently on one of their live shows, and I can't wait to bring them out here to do some live TA, as I'm a big fan. Now, the metric theoretically suggests that XRP users have been increasingly hodling tokens. Also want to ask everyone, which people would you like to see me bring here live on the show when it comes to live TA, as well as just interviewing? If there's an influencer that you would love to see me interview or have here on the show, you got to let me know who in the comments below, and who knows, maybe I can make it happen. Now, in addition, data tracker Whale Alert detected millions of dollars worth of XRP withdrawals across Bitstamp, Bitso, as well as other crypto exchanges, reducing the supply that can be potentially sold. And notably, investors have moved a total of $126 million worth of XRP from exchanges to unknown wallets since October 14th. And by comparison, 79 million worth of XRP was deposited into these exchanges, as shared here by Whale Alert. 65,200,000 XRP worth over $31 million transferred from Bitso to unknown wallet. Now, for the third reason you can expect the XRP price to continue its ascent is a legal win for Ripple versus the SEC, which has been an ongoing battle since late of 2020. One of Ripple's core arguments is a speech by former SEC Director William Hinman at the Yahoo Finance All Market Summit back in 2018. Hinman said that Ethereum was not a security. I repeat, he said that Ethereum was not a security, despite conducting an initial coin offering round to raise funds. And Ripple's defense is that the SEC should treat Ripple or XRP like Ether, and many believe that the argument will guarantee a win for the company. For example, Seeking Alpha contributor, The Digital Trend, shared the following, quoting him here: "The news that the court has rejected the SEC's objection to disclosing more documents linked to Hinman's 2018 speech led to a surge in XRP price on September 30th. XRP rallied by 12% in 24 hours. These post-hearing rallies might just be a taste of what is to come if XRP wins the case." Now, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse anticipates the case to conclude in the first half of 2023. He even recently said that he can expect a verdict by the end of this year, but if not by the end of the year, the first half of 2023. And this is coming from the XRP CEO. Now, however, he has admitted that the results of the case is hard to predict because there's no forecasting the future when it comes to government and regulations and things like that with the SEC. And with that being shared, now let's break down some smart money according to Chamath P. Now, why I personally love Chamath P, he's an early Bitcoin OG. He got started in this industry a very long time ago, bought an early position, and I believe that Bitcoin position turned into over $1 billion. Is it still worth $1 billion today? I have no clue, probably not with the correction and everything that went on, but nonetheless, he is an OG I look up to that has a lot of insights when it comes to the market. He's still a billionaire, regardless. And also, I just want to shout everyone out again, just joining us. Coinfather, I appreciate the super chat. It means a lot. He wrote, "Love the show, JV. Keep up the great work. Keep stacking stats. Wealth is on its way in the coming years." I agree 100%. I just want to welcome everyone just tuning in, including Bitbud, Nico, Rayman, ESP, and the entire crypto fam. With that being shared, now let's get into some smart money according to the one and only Chamath P, the Bitcoin OG. Let's go. Check it. About a year after accurately predicting the start of the major crash in the global markets, billionaire investor Chamath P says another turning point appears to be underway. In a new edition of the All In podcast, he says that smart investors with large amounts of capital are re-entering the markets, and this cycle is still in the process of bottoming out. Quoting him here, "When you have patterns of selling, typically, as I've seen it, my experience is that initially it's the algorithms that really start to push a market in a direction. Then you have the more traditional fund complexes, that's the hedge funds and the long onlys, they follow suit. And then the last group tends to be retail traders, and it works in reverse the other way as well. Retail traders are selling now, but again, this is where organized capital now is finding a bottom. Again, when you start to just think about the psychology of being delivered bad news after bad news, you go through the cycles, right? There is denial, there is anger, there is depression, there is bargaining, but then at some point there's acceptance, and in that acceptance phase, you're like, yeah, you're right. things are bad. But when you see a market rally into a CPI print, it's really, really interesting psychological turning point. I think the way to think about it, this gives the Fed the resolve it needs. It's going to do another 75-point rate hike. It's probably going to go another 75-point rate hike. We're going to have rates by 4.5% to 5% probably within quarter one, which means if you're trying to figure out where the bottom is, it's roughly nowish. So that's why you see smart money shaking this thing off and starting to enter the market. There's the key word right there. Smart money is shaking this baby off and starting to enter the market. Let's go. Keep stacking them stats. And the all-in panel points to an article from the Wall Street Journal that says a number of large venture capital firms, including Sequoia Capital and Andreessen Horowitz, are now investing in public tech companies. Now, Chamath cautions that another move to the downside is always possible, but he points to the relative strength of tech giants like Apple as a sign that a market shift is quietly underway. Quoting him here, every opportunity people have to justify that most of the bad news is behind them, they take and they use that as a reason to buy. So that's number one, which is where we are sort of near the end of. The second, however, is that we do see another leg down. There's really only one cohort of company that really that hasn't really been whacked, and it's Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and Google. That's it. Even Facebook has now been sort of put into a bucket of everybody else where we've been crushed 60, 70, or even 80% in those companies. So what does it mean? Well, those four companies are now being identified for what they may be, which in capitalism is called over-earning. They're making more money than we think is appropriate, and he leaves us with this. I think what it means is these companies are going to draw a hard line in the sand and say, we're not over-earning, do not abandon this stock. That, again, will help put in the bottom in the stock market. And to watch this video, he did entitled Reflecting on the First 100 Shows and Fan Questions, all in with Chamath P, the Bitcoin OG himself. Be sure to check out the show notes below the video in the description. With that being shared, what are your thoughts surrounding what Chamath P says? Do you believe that the smart money are accumulating right now? Are you accumulating? Are you stacking sats? Where do you feel the Bitcoin bottom will likely be? Do you feel that the bottom is already in? And you got to be sure to stick around, because my final story today, I'm going to be sharing a potential $12,000 Bitcoin price floor, and you need to hear when this target could potentially occur. According to previous charts, if history tends to rhyme with some analysis, I'm going to be breaking down back from 2018, which looks strikingly similar to today. With that being shared, now let's actually do one of my favorite things, which is a prediction which is fruitful and positive, for the crypto markets, and a great time again to be accumulating, because the big generational wealth is created during times like this. And this, my friend, is a fact. So let's break down our next story of the day. Check it out. The Devere Group CEO unveils his end of the year prediction for the crypto markets and says opportunity awaits bullish investors. The CEO of financial consultancy giant Devere Group says that volatility in the crypto markets is about to present opportunities to those who are long-term bullish on the asset class. How many of you here watching live right now, or watching the pre-recording or whatever at another time, are currently bullish on crypto for the long haul? And hopefully 100% of you says, me, I am fruitfully bullish for the long haul in crypto. Now, in a recent blog post, the Devere Group CEO Nigel Green says that continuous interest rate hikes from central banks are almost certain at this point, with further downside to be expected for risk-on assets. Green says that the market contagion will definitely spread to the crypto markets in the form of a downward volatility. The CEO predicts such a scenario will play out before this year is over. Quoting him here, given Bitcoin and Ether's current correlation with the stock markets, we anticipate further, perhaps heightened volatility in the crypto market before the end of 2022. However, for serious investors, this will not necessarily be seen as a bad thing. I agree 100%. It's a great time to accumulate, right? He goes on, the major investors, including institutional ones, will treat it in the same way as turbulence in any other market. Some of the world's best investors consistently use market volatility as major buying opportunities in traditional financial markets. And the crypto market is now no different. When used effectively and efficiently, volatility can be an extremely powerful investment strategy. I agree, once again, 100%. The life-changing generational wealth is creating during the crypto winter, so do keep that in mind. Now, Devere highlights how Bitcoin has historically put in much higher gains than the top tech names such as Amazon and Apple over the last 5 years. Therefore, Green believes that the savvy long-term investors may be able to take advantage of panic sellers if another capitulation event occurs. As he shares here, Bitcoin remains the best performing asset class in the world. Facts. And has consistently ranked amongst the best for both traditional and crypto investment sectors over the last few years. Facts. Savvy long-term crypto investors will be looking to benefit from panic sellers by buying their digital currencies on the cheap to enhance their investment portfolios. facts. Serious investors will not be spooked by further volatility. This isn't their first rodeo. Facts. Preach. I couldn't agree more, but let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And before I break down our final story of the day and we discuss post-midterm elections dump with Bitcoin potentially dropping to $12,000 as far as the price action. But first, I want to welcome everyone just tuning into the show. Of course, this is live, no more pre-recorded. As I shared previously, I decided to stop doing pre-recorded shows for a few different reasons. One of those reasons, it takes hours of my time to edit these pre-recorded shows, and considering I'm producing thousands of shows over the years, that's thousands upon thousands of hours of my time. I could be doing something like relaxing, enjoying the sun, working out, meditation, playing chess, spending time with my daughter, or something like that. And the second reason is pre-recorded shows, you're getting the news approximately 4 hours from the time I'm recording it, because it's a whole process. So I decided to do a live show, give you the good, the bad, the ugly of JV, mistakes and all, because I feel it's important to deliver the news fresh and in real time. So if you appreciate that, getting the news live and in the fresh, be sure to blow up, the comments, hit the likes, subscribe, turn on the notification, hit the bell, do all that good stuff, which is only going to help the show because I want to be here for the long haul. I'm obviously not going nowhere. This is podcast episode number 1077 of the Crypto News Alerts pod. Now, with that being shared, now let's break down our final story of the day, and let's discuss a $12,000 Bitcoin price potential for the floor for this market. Check it out. Comparing Bitcoin's price actions prior to the midterm elections of 2018 with those of 2022 shows a strikingly similar bear market trend. Check it. For instance, Bitcoin price trended lower in 2018 while holding a horizontal level near 6,000 as support, only to break below it after the midterm elections, which you can see in this chart. Numbers don't lie. Now in 2022, the crypto has halfway mirrored this trend. Its price now awaits a close below the current horizontal support level of around $19,000, ironically, right where we're holding above. Now with the midterm elections scheduled for November 8th, right around the corner, I'm telling you. The said breakdown scenario could occur sooner or later, as illustrated right here in this chart. Now, independent market analyst, this dude says Bitcoin's price will fall into the $12,000 to $14,000 range if a similar breakdown occurs. And he further notes that the crypto could bottom out in November or December 2022, just like in 2018. So there you have it. He's predicting a potential $12,000 to $14,000 price floor in November or December, which again, right around the corner if history rhymes. Quoting him here, Bitcoin bottom analysis comparing to 2018 and 2022 bear market, support getting weak, trendline manipulation, midterm elections, post-midterm elections dump, Bitcoin bottom, November, December could be the bottom for Bitcoin. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this analyst that we can likely see a potential bottom here within the next couple of months before the end of the year. Now let's discuss the stock market warnings for the King Crypto. Bearish prediction surfaces as Bitcoin correlation with U.S. equities grows stronger in the wake of the Fed's monetary policies. Both markets have witnessed sharp downturns in the period of the U.S. central bank's rate hikes this year in 2022. Now historically, in 17 and 19 midterms since 1946, the stock market has performed better in the 6 months after an election than in the 6 months following it. Interesting fact. Again, here's a chart. Numbers don't lie. S&P 500 index average performance in U.S. midterm election over the years. And you can see that it's primarily due to the market expectations of higher government spending from a new Congress, notes Liz Ann Saunders, Charles Schwab's chief investment strategist, who further argues that 2022 can yield a different outcome, quoting her right here, Liz. An additional infusion of funds seems unlikely this year, given the government's historic levels of spending and stimulus in response to the pandemic, she explains, adding the combination of high inflation, the war in the Ukraine, and a lingering pandemic has already made this cycle unlike prior to midterm years, and with so many other forces at play in the market, I wouldn't put much weight in historical midterm year performance. And shares this chart which shows you the US money supply remaining above 21 trillion and at an all-time high. Now as a result, Bitcoin remains at risk of tailing US stocks lower with the $12,000 to $14,000 price target in view. Now let's discuss the optimistic Bitcoin price indicators now that I shared with you the potential floor between $12,000 to 18,000, according to this analysis. Now, a section of the crypto market sees Bitcoin decoupling from traditional markets, suggesting that the crypto may not tail the S&P 500 into a post-midterm election crash. Quoting Bloomberg here, at some point, the market will be controlled by those in the community that is long-term believers in Bitcoin and very unlikely to sell, and the growing global community, which uses BTC for commerce. And also that statement came after the daily correlation coefficient between Bitcoin and S&P 500 dropping 0.08 on October 9th, which is the lowest in 4 months. And meanwhile, the number of unique addresses holding at least one Bitcoin reached a new record high on October 17th. So congratulations to all my whole coiners. That's what's up. Keep stacking them sats. And contrary to trends witnessed during the 2018 bear market, this suggests that investors have been accumulating Bitcoin at the local price dips. You're damn straight. As you can see in this chart by Glassnode, it shows you the number of Bitcoin addresses holding at least one BTC. Where my whole coiners at? Holla at your boy. And quoting Bitfinex here, the on-chain data suggests that hodlers are optimistic as the market will bounce back, keeping market fundamentals relatively healthy. And market analyst Wolf offered a similar outlook, citing Bitcoin's extremely oversold RSI, which is the relative strength index, and moving average convergence divergence, better known as the MACD. These indicators on the weekly charts in 2022, which technically hints at a period of accumulation ahead. Quoting Wolf here on crypto Twitter, comparing current structure with 2018 before capitulation is, in my opinion, complete nonsense. Just by looking at the weekly RSI and MACD, differences are notable. In 2018, the RSI was floating at a mid-range of the 45s, and in 2022, the RSI has hit its lowest level ever. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this analyst. And in comparison, those oscillators were in the neutral zone prior to the 2018 midterm election, meaning that the Bitcoin price had more room to decline. So there you have it. I'd love to know how many of you are currently short-term bullish versus bearish for the rest of the year, as we're finally already in the fourth quarter. We only have 2 more months to go to wrap up this crazy bear market year for the King Crypto. And as we all know, typically following the most bearish years, we tend to see some parabolic price action, but we know that the next halving is not until 2024. So I like to throw that out there. And typically it's the year preceding the halving is when we go parabolic. So I like to personally keep a long-term perspective. I don't look at Bitcoin price action so stuck up on the daily charts, as I'm not a day trader. I hodl, I hold for the long term, and I know if I hodl for 4 years or longer, I'm going to be a winner. And thus far, that strategy has been working excellent for me. So keep stacking them sats, dollar cost average, not investment advice, but hey, there is no better performing asset in the world than Bitcoin performing over the past 10 years, and it's probably going to continue as fiat currencies around the world continue to collapse into the biggest Ponzi scheme of them all, which is the US dollar. And then eventually I feel the US dollar will eventually collapse into the King Crypto. That's just the nature of the game. That's how it is. With that all being shared, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And now I want to get into some live Q&A, which is one of my favorite sessions here in the show. I'm going to start with the live Q&A, and then I'm going to read some of the top comments from yesterday's episode, and we'll go from there. So we'll give everyone an opportunity to be to interact here. Welcome everyone just joining. There's a lot of people in the live chat. I want to say I greatly appreciate all these comments, blowing it up. Always a pleasure. Michael Volkelman, welcome. Good morning to you as well. Yes, good morning, Lawrence. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Saint says bullish. That's the target. Eric says, how's the Irish coffee? I don't know about no Irish coffee. Now, Rudy says, smash that like, everyone. It's Monday, and JV is here again, giving you the news. And again, thank you, CoinFather. I appreciate the super chat. It means a lot. Tom T, million by 2030. Send it. ESP, adoption all around. That's what's up. Welcome. Raymond says, hi, JV. I love your new style. I appreciate the feedback and glad you're digging it and you like it. Welcome. Bitbud says, what up, fam? Always a pleasure to see you, buddy. So today's prediction of the bottom is right in alignment with your prediction. I know you were saying $12,000 Bitcoin is to be expected as we continue to drop lower. Bitcoin Cow, welcome, fam. Mark Zeller says, greetings. Welcome. Always a pleasure. One love to you as well. Sailing with twins. Yeah, Bitbud says right here, Bitcoin bottom needs 12 months or so. Oh my God. So he's saying we're going to have this bear market for a whole nother year and don't expect the rally until 2024 is what he's ultimately saying. We have Lois, who wrote greetings from Western Cape, South Africa. Good to see you, Lois. I appreciate you tuning in, and greetings from South Africa. Nathan Roth, why I always 420 during the show. Oh, it's morning. Happy 420 to all my 420 peeps out there. Mikey Likes It says we need to take off, y'all. Let's go. Patience, though. Again, now is where the wealth is accumulated, so you got to be patient, fam. I know we all want it now, but you got to wait. You got to be patient. Patience is virtuous, as a sage once said. Not sure how easy Gareth to go on the show would be. I guess some analysts are easier than some. I know I can make anything happen if I truly want it. Just throwing that out there. So I appreciate that feedback. BitBuzz says end of the year 2022 between 14 to 16,000, and then you're suggesting that the following year will drop even lower. What is the ultimate low for this cycle, according to you, BitBud? Let me know. Coinfather says, hey, would love to have some high products right after my military retirement. I feel you, dog. You got to stay clean there in the military. Me. Matt Kazip says, me, send it. Yes, that's what's up. Martin Burke welcomes to smash the like button, guys. Nico, welcome. Martin, I will be a millionaire when the next bull run comes. I know many of you are going to become millionaires. I know many of you are already millionaires, but it's only going to get better. So wait it out. JV, I enjoy the new format. I appreciate that feedback. Poseidon, good to see you. Always a pleasure. BitBud says we'll go, it looks like less than $12,000. The charts, what do you say here? Sorry, there's so many comments coming in. It's hard to read here. ESP is scary times to buy. Steve says the Pi Cycle bottom indicator has been good at picking the Bitcoin bottom since 2015. Nico says, I know CoinFather, but I have pretty much a bunch of crypto locked up in a stake with Axia Coin. Interesting. Smash that like. Yes. Always. Maybe doesn't matter. I will be DCAing into Bitcoin and Ethereum regardless. Live is better. 13,000 is the bottom if we do go down. So we have some mixed thoughts here. Joe says how much cash to hold on the side. That's your personal preference. I know some of you are holding on to cash and looking to have a big Bitcoin come up, and some of you don't have a lot of cash. So it all depends on, I think it's all perspective depending upon your situation. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, UFO Nut. It's good to see you as well. With that being shared, now let's actually tap into some of the top comments from yesterday's episode. I want to take the time to acknowledge them. Let's see here. Seriously, you just wrote 18 hours ago, but good morning. Looking forward to listening as always. Today it's a vacation for the southern coast of Oregon, not my usual San Diego home. Well, welcome, fam. I appreciate you tuning in to the recording. Eric Hammer put, hey, JV, Hobby Token. Oh, that was Hobby Token, HT. My bad. For some reason, I thought that was Helium. So my apologies. Thanks for the clarification, Eric Hammer. That was Hobby Token I was discussing yesterday as one of the top gainers and not Helium. Dad says, great show. I appreciate it, Dad. Sailing with Twins says, hey, I'm from sunny South Africa. My son got me to buy some Sweep token. It's a small cap coin. Looks like it got potential. Have you heard about it? I actually have never heard of it. So you got to keep me up to date with that coin and tell me more about it, and I'll check it out as well. Michael Volkelman says, JV, if you wanted to set up a node, what would you suggest for reading material to get started? That's a great question. Let's see here. I'll have to look into what I was using previously because it's not on the tip of my tongue right now, but I will definitely respond to you, and I appreciate you asking that question. If anyone has any node recommendations on what to use, do let us know in the chat. Inner Dino, always appreciate your continued support, fam. UU says, I love the grounded reality of the channel. Technical analysis, aka astrology for men, as Max Kaiser would say, is all well and good, but I find it truly baffling that all major crypto influencers just look at pure TA and completely ignore the bigger narrative of why Bitcoin is pumping and why the future outlook might not be as rosy as it seems. It's kind of irresponsible to ignore the fact that each ETF launch so far has caused a major dump at the peaks of BTC. You make an excellent point, and I'm glad you commented there. Francesco says, nobody knows. I say it pops up to 30,000. My G. China Cat says, JV, love your show, but seriously, please don't make us listen to you slurp your coffee. Number one, that wasn't coffee. Number two, I speak so many words. If I don't drink water every once in a while, I can't swallow and I'll probably die. So just throwing it out there. I'm exaggerating just a little. OG, I appreciate it. Cresciden says JV show is a real blessing for us. Let's show him some love and smash that like button. Greatly appreciate that. Steve M wrote, you misunderstood the Kanye situation, JV. His repeated and blatantly anti-Semitic rants are absolutely his business. He has every legal right in America to say anything hateful he wants to JP Morgan, is not saying he cannot. However, if they remain associated with Kanye or his business, it hurts their business, and so they simply exercising their rights to separate themselves from such hate speech. Hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's only more bullish for Bitcoin, as I think others are going to feel the same way. I mean, he says it all right here. If they're treating me this way and he put $140 million in their bank, how do you think they really feel about you with $1,000 in your bank? Do you think they give two ishes or two satoshis about you? Absolutely not, and that's the reality. But I appreciate the comment as always, and thanks for sharing your perspective. With all that being shared, now I'm going to check the live chat one more time, and then we're going to do the big finish here. So let's see. Before we get down to that big finish, let's see if anyone else just tuning in here. That's what's up. Get it dialed in, absolutely. CoinFather, if you haven't been buying Bitcoin since July 2017, then I am your coin daddy, he says. Oh boy. All right. Let's get this show on the road and let's wrap up with our big finish here. So here we go. Here we go. What's the scenario? And actually, which do you prefer? Do you prefer me doing the big finish, showing the screen? Let's do that, because during the intro, I did not show the screen. So let's actually switch it up here. So in today's show, for those just tuning in late, here's a recap. Bitcoin price edged closer to 20,000, sitting at 19,500. Way worse as U.S. data boosts stocks. We also discuss Mastercard partnership with the crypto industry, along with Paxos to offer crypto trading for major banks. We also shared 3 signs that XRP price boom can continue in Q4 of 2022. And I also shared the latest from Shamath P, who accurately forecasted the 2022 collapse and says that smart money is buying now as the psychological turning point arrives. Smart money, where you at? We also shared in today's show, De Beer Group CEO unveils his end of the year prediction for the crypto markets. This is opportunity awaits bullish investors, which is a very similar sentiment to Shamath P, basically saying now is the time to strike and stack those sats, because now is the time to buy cheap to enhance your investment portfolio. And I also shared with you a $12,000 potential Bitcoin price floor, according to this chart Fractal back from 2018. If history repeats, or if history rhymes, we could potentially see a $12,000 BTC. And where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. With all that being shared, if you gain value out of today's show, be sure to subscribe to the channel first and foremost. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the bell, turn on all notifications, drop a comment right down below, and I look forward to seeing you